welcome back to a Rumple video. Today I'm going to go over my Zetas. My first one, second one, third one, why I chose those Zetas, and what good are they. We'll just go ahead and get into it and start with Qui-Gon. Yes, he was my first. The reason was for the guild. In the guild before my guild now, we thought it was better to get a Qui-Gon for the HAAT. It's come to help out, didn't do too much. So anyways, long story short, that is why. It was for the guild. I don't regret it. It's a good Zeta. My Jedis come in handy. When I get Kenobi eventually, they also become in handy in the arena. But that is the reason, was for the guild. He is a good Zeta. He makes the Jedis have some more punch. But he's not my best Zeta. So, Qui-Gon. My second wasn't, of course, Vader. I wanted to solo the pit. And back when I Zetaed Vader, I could solo the pit with just sabers. Nihi, Dooku. Actually, it was Nihi, Savage, Sidious, and Palpable, whatever. But I could solo it. Then when they nerfed Vader, or they said they took away the turn meter stacking, I could still solo phase 1 with Sith. But once I get to the Ranker, I can't use Sith anymore. It's really weird. So, but anyways, that is why Vader was my second choice, the pit. And yes, to this day, I can solo the pit, but not with all Siths. I've got to use TFP, Tarkin. I threw Qui-Gon in there, and Vader, and but it's not all sabers. So to me, it just wasn't enjoyable. But anyways, that is why. And he was somewhat useful in the arena, but primarily that Zeta was for the pit. My third Zeta. Well, Nihi has been my arena leader ever since I got Nihi. He is my leader. And his leader ability was strong at the time. I didn't need to Zeta his leader ability, so I was letting Nihi sit. But I wanted to counter in the arena with not with so much punch. So my third Zeta was Maul. And my playing style, to me, was a wasted Zeta. I haven't used it. I might use it 2% of the time in the arena. It's all Nihi for me. That's just my opinion. It wasn't a terrible Zeta, but I don't use it anywhere else. I haven't used it in the HAAT. I haven't used it in the arena since. So would I redo that? Yes. Me personally, I would have put that Zeta somewhere else. But that was my third choice and what I got out of it. We'll move on. Then when I realized that all this cleansing came into the arena and Nihi's lead ability was still strong enough where I wasn't worried about it, I Zetaed Yoda. And it worked really well. The tenacity up and evade up on a Sith team, it worked great. It's just his special. But that Zeta is awesome, especially with a very fast Yoda. Yoda was the fastest on the team, a speed of 260. So he went first. My Sith team started with tenacity up and evade up, and it worked. It worked great. So, was that my fourth Zeta? Yeah. My fifth Zeta, Dooku. You're like, why Dooku? Because I keep using Nihi. Well, believe it or not, that 15% counter damage does make a difference. And the critical hit immunity for one turn makes a big difference. As much as he strikes, he's always got that critical hit shield up. It does wonders. Just for me. And I wanted a Zeta Dooku. I learned in playing this game, you gotta have some fun with it. So this was also a fun Zeta. But that was my 5th Zeta. Let's see. Qui-Gon, Vader, Maul, Yoda, dude, my 5th Zeta. Now, I finally go back in Zeta Nihi. I do his leader ability. And that was probably the biggest change in the Zetas I did, was that leader ability. It really made the health steal increase, just 50%. It increased. So I was happy with that Zeta. My 6th Zeta, my next Zeta, sorry, I'm losing count. I Zeta is unique. That one I'm disappointed in. At the time when I Zetaed it, the cleansing wasn't what it is now. You didn't have, my shard wasn't up to the General Kenobi, the R2 wasn't around yet. So there wasn't as much cleansing. So you noticed this Zeta. But now, my shard is full of R2s, Kenobis, CLS, Rexes. I don't even see this Zeta. So this would be a second Zeta I wish I would have put somewhere else. At the point in time, I have no use for that Zeta. I don't even see it. But that was my next Zeta. So that's Vader, Qui-Gon, Dooku. Yeah, 7 Zetas right there. Okay. Then I go and do my Savage. And Savage went from Savage to Zavage. It did make a huge difference. It gave me a slight, not like taunt, but it gave me a Sith that could get picked on and take it. And his health steal, the health regen, everything about that Zeta I liked personally. This was a good Zeta. And I can use this in the HAAT in Phase 1 and Phase 3. You solo it correctly, you can use your Zavage twice in both phases. So, it benefited me in the arena, and it's benefiting me in the HAAT. That was my 2 reasons for that Zeta. Then at the current time, my last but not least Zeta was a fun Zeta. I really didn't need it anywhere, and I had Zetas. And my next team that I would Zeta would be on Resistance. But there's still a ways out, as you can see. Finn got a little ways to go, and I'm working on them. But I've got to get 93 more of him, so we're looking at 90 shards for each of these 4 tunes to get them to 100. I'll be waiting forever on Zetas. So I'll have 2 more Zetas by the time all that happens. So it turned into a fun Zeta, Zidius. And I'm not regretting it. This will be for the pit. I'm still interested in soloing the pit. I like that. I put him on the arena team, and I'll actually start with Galactic War. In Galactic War, Sidious at Gear 11 wouldn't make it to Node 6. He'd be dead already. In Galactic War, when I got the Zeta on him, he made it all the way through Galactic War. It was crazy. He is stronger than my Pout now. I lose Pout before Zidius. And also, he'll be good in the HAAT. He runs good under a Zeta team, I believe. So I'll have a benefit from him from the arena and the HAAT. But I'm hoping to get the 3rd in the pit. I've got him at a high speed, a decent amount of potency. His Zeta gives him 50% potency, so he's at 100%. His 25 hit range, right where I want it. So I'm hoping this Zeta will be a fun Zeta, a pit Zeta, an HAAT Zeta, and at times an arena Zeta. So back to the arena. In the top 20, he held strong, went first. I liked his expose. It made the stuns easier. When he got into the top 10, he started getting a little squishy. When I got into the top 5, he was dead. So that's where he stood in the arena. But that was the top 5. So I didn't expect him to get into the top 10. But I laid back and let my team fall, I was like 19th or something, and I put Zetad in, and he climbed really well, up to 7th or 8th. And once I got into 4th or 3rd, those teams up there put a beating on him. But for Zetad, I was impressed. And I'm looking for the update coming on the pit, because I'm putting him in there with Vader, Sass, CLS, and Nihi. Should make a good team. So, my top tunes there, and I primarily use everybody but Qui-Gon and Vader in the arena. I mix them at Nihi always leads, but with a Yoda, a Dooku, a Savage, and a Sidious Zeta, I can mix and match depending on who I'm battling. So, having all those Zetas on Siths works for me. I'm a Sith, as you can tell. I don't have any other Zetas. But I'm going to go in that direction. Like I said, my next Zeta will be Resistance, because I'm the closest there. And that would be a good Phase 2 HAAT. So I'm thinking next month, 6 weeks or so, that would be a good Zeta for me once I get all these up to speed. My recommendations, if you're not a Sith, and you're a rebel like most everybody else, well, Raid Hand makes an awesome Zeta. Commander Luke makes an awesome Zeta. R2 makes an awesome Zeta. Barris is a good Zeta. Fett's a good Zeta. Kylo's a good Zeta if you want to solo the HAAT, but he doesn't impress me in the arena with that Zeta. I kind of crush right through him. But Rex is clones are a good Zeta. So that'd be my recommendations on who I would Zeta. My next, like I said, will be Resistance, and maybe Commander Luke. As far as who I would go as next. So all in a nutshell, Vader was for the pit, Qui-Gon was for the guild, HAAT. Dooku was a fun one. I just wanted a Zeta Dooku. Zeta Yoda helped my arena team. Plus, he adds much benefit to the Jedis. When I get a General Kenobi on that Jedi team with Yoda, that will really be a good mix of Zetas there. So Yoda was an arena Zeta. He really helped me in the arena. Maul was a mistake. Just for my playing style. I'm not hating on that Zeta, but I don't even use it. Nihi, the lead ability, for sure. Awesome Zeta. The unique, with all the cleansing going on, like I said, I don't see it anymore. The Savage was an arena Zeta, an HAAT Zeta, and we'll see what he does in the pit. And then last but not least, my Sidious was a fun Zeta. You gotta have some fun in the game, you know. So, there's my Zetas. Quick look at them, the order I did them, why I did them, and my next Zeta, which won't be anything. I don't think it will be a Kylo. I'm gonna do I said Resistance, and I will probably go back and do Rebels. So that'd be my recommendation. If you weren't a Sith, Resistance, of course Rebels, or even your clones. Clone Zetas are awesome. Well, alright. Thanks for watching my Zeta video. Hope it gave you a little few pointers on making choices and why you want to do a Zeta. That was just my path and my Zeta path. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.